having cast iron at the Mart Lanes, beautiful, just outside of beautiful downtown or Rouse's Point. It's the 20th day of December 2012, the last full day ever, because tomorrow is the end of the world. But for today, we've got high school bowling. No matter what the Mayan calendar says, it's the Beekmantown Eagles and the Northeastern Clinton Central School Cougars. Chris Koch starts it off with a split. Got a 4-7-10 to pick up. This is the A boys, and a good shot at it. Good effort there, Mr. Koch. That'll bring up Matt Dwyer from Beekmantown, who carries a 216 average, and he starts it off with a strike. We'll be covering the A's, and the switch. Okay, that's not Matt Jolliker, that's Morgan Wyatt. Okay.
Come on, Mart, take your time.
Rick Dumas telling us he had his name switched here, and he certainly does. That was certainly not Matt Jolliker, and it certainly is Morgan Wyatt. This is Matt Coral, and Coral leaves a 10 pin. He carries a 197 average. Dwyer, I think I mentioned, carries a 216. We don't have the Cougar averages. And double wood was there. I didn't even notice that. And Wyatt picks it up. And here goes Coral going after his spare. He will miss it by that much. Now we go to Matt Jolliker. Everything is scratch here, so it doesn't really matter much what your average is, because it's what you do tonight that matters. He leaves the head pin and three others. He's got some double wood there to pick up. And just the 2 pin left by Andrew Roberts. Roberts carries a 199 average. Now Jolliker. That's a very tough split. He will pick up most of them. He'll get 9 for the frame. Now Roberts. I think he was a little worried about that one. Here's Kyle Siebert up for the Cougars. We'll hopefully do the B boys next, because they're closer to our view without us having to move than the girls, but depends on how fast the B boys bowl. Now, leaving the ones on the right side is Ryan Munson, who carries a 204 average for Beekmantown. Here's Siebert going after, looks like the 247. He will probably miss that 2. Yep, he did. We'll give him 9 for the frame. Now Munson going after his spare. And a very stubborn 6 pin. Pins are bouncing all around it, but it completely ignored the chaos. Here's Joey Robert. And Robert picks up a strike. Ellen Goyette delivers some coffee or something. And looks like the 2-7 left by Ryan Douglas. Douglas carrying a 219 average. At the moment, he is the leading bowler for the Eagles. Now we got Dwyer starting his second frame, and he starts it off with a strike. So that gives him a double. Here's Douglas. Douglas will miss the 7 pin, give him 9 for the frame. CVAC High School Bowling. Earlier today we were in Moores for the very, very nice Moores Elementary Christmas program. And when we leave here, we'll be arriving late at Northeastern for and hopefully in plenty of time for the varsity game at Northeastern Boys in basketball. Coral gets 7 pins, and getting a strike is Chris Koch for the Cougars. Coral had an open in the first. He had has a 1-2-4 spare. That looks like a doable spare for sure, and he will play a little dominoes. A head pin into the others. Here's Wyatt. Wyatt goes low to the Brooklyn side and leaves the 1-3-8, I believe. Now we got Roberts for Beekmantown. And Roberts picks up the strike. He had a spare in the first. That gives him 2 marks. And now Wyatt. And he leaves a pin to give him 9 for the frame. Now there's Munson. Munson with a strike. And now we have Joliker for the Cougars. Joliker strikes. And Douglas steps up for the Eagles. Douglas picks up a strike. Trying to adjust their tripod here. Don't despair. Here's Siebert for the Cougars. Nice little hook shot there to pick up his strike. Now where's Cokes? Cokes is not one to get up there and start the next frame. Roberts is up. Cokes is sitting down. Cokes probably has all the time in the world. I don't. Should get off his can and get up there. Joey Robert leaves the, I'm going to guess that's the 410. Somebody give Cokes a little slap on the backside and tell him to get up there. And Roberts will get 9 for the frame. There's Dwyer starting the third frame. Cougars with 2 bowlers ahead and he's still going to beat Cokes to the line here. Cokes gets a strike. Well, now it'll be Coro for Beekmantown and Wyatt for the Cougars. Action there, picks up the strike. Wyatt will ride the gutter. He'll have to put that pin back. The Cougars have a 130 to a 167 right now for Beekmantown in his scratch. So what you see is what you get. Here's Roberts. And Roberts leaves the 4-6-7. Wyatt subtracting that and reset it so that all 10 pins are there. The ball came out of the gutter to knock off that 10 pin. And 9 for the frame for Roberts for Beekmantown. There's a strike for Morgan Wyatt. There's Ryan Munson. And Munson with the strike. Here's Joliker. Fisher doubles. This is Douglas for Beekmantown. Douglas gets a double. Siebert up for the Cougars. And goes Brooklyn again and picks up another strike. He got a double. Well, that'll get us to Joey Robert. Again, we should have Cokes up there starting the fourth frame, but he's nowhere to be found. There's Robert. Leaves a stubborn 10 pin. Picks up the spare. Well, once again, you'll have Beekmantown beating Cokes to the line here. Dwyer will step up before Cokes. Rick Dumas, the coach for the Cougars. Charlie Stone, and I'm not sure if Buddha is still involved or not for Beekmantown. Cokes is slow, but he at least gets strikes when he steps up there. I know Charlie Stone is here. I'm not sure if Jim Garrett is here also for Beekmantown. There was a split there for Dwyer. There's Wyatt. Leaves double wood, the 3, 6, 10, and the 9 is back there for good measure. There's Matt Corral. And Corral leaves just 3 pins. Wyatt will get 8 for the frame. That looks like the 2-5-7. And that doesn't even come close. He was hoping for a big hook, I guess. Here's Joliker. Joliker leaves a 4-7. Andrew Roberts for Beekmantown. 3 strikes. Joliker for the Cougars. Joliker left the 4. There's Munson for Beekmantown. Oh, we got a 4-6-7 left. A tough split. There's Siebert for Northeastern.
Take it off, Dave. Take it off.
That leaves us the 6-10. Avoided the split. Munson gave it a shot, but he'll get 9 for the frame. Siebert will pick up his spare.
Good ball, do it. Go get him.
Now here's Douglas. Douglas with a strike, double checking to make sure. I want to make sure he wasn't seeing things. Here's Robert. And Robert leaves a 7-10. guess I'm getting tired of mentioning that Cokes isn't up there. That will not count. There'll be an open. An open frame. You'll not get the spare. You'll have to adjust the scoreboard. Well, Dwyer up for Beekmantown. And he gets a late drop and a strike. Here's Cokes. Cokes leads a 6-10. He's working on a triple. Let's check those team totals right now. 330 for Northeastern, 336 for Beekmantown. So it's kind of close at the moment. Here's Coral. With the late drop, gets the strike. Now Cokes. Cokes gets the spare. Now we got Andrew Roberts. Leaves a 6-pin. Morgan Wyatt for the Cougars. And he leaves the 10. We're in the 5th frame. It looks like the B-boys and the girls are fairly close in their how far they've gone so far. A spare for Roberts, and Wyatt puts it in the gutter. There's Munson for Beekmantown. Hey, he must like those. He's got another one, 4-7-10. He's going to keep getting those till he gets one, he says. There's Joliker. Joliker with a strike.
Hey Josh, we'll get it. Good ball, Kyle.
Munson.
Hey, what's going on, buddy? Welcome home. Look good.
Munson with the
Be home for a little while.
open. Siebert for the Cougars. Siebert with a strike.
There you go.
And get us to Douglas for Beekmantown. He's working on a triple, looking for a 4-bagger, and he's got it. He's got it. So Robert for the Cougars, the lefty. Leaves the 4-pin. Completing the 5th. And he picks up the spare. Well, what do you know? Cokes is going to get up there before Dwyer. And he still strikes. Dwyer leaves a 6-10. CBAC High School Bowling on viewer-supported hometown cable. A strike for Wyatt.
That's where you start. You can do it.
Dwyer going for a spare. If you're watching this, we need your support to keep this programming coming. With the new start times, we're not going to get as many bowling matches as we normally do. But with Beekmantown being here tonight, we have to be here for Northeastern and Beekmantown. Have viewers and supporters in the West Safety area. There's a strike for Joliker. Coral waiting for the B bowler to go. And Coral leaves the 1-2. Now brings up Siebert for the Cougars. And Siebert leads the 2-4-7. Matt Coral carries a 197 average, which would probably be high for a lot of teams. Siebert misses his spare. But Coral is actually the 5th highest bowler on his team. There's Andrew Roberts. You have Douglas at 219, Dwyer at 216, Munson at 204, and Roberts at 199, and Coral at 197. 10 pin left by Roberts. And here is Robert for the Cougars, and he leads the 3 pin. Just missing it.
All right.
Roberts picks up his spare. Robert picks up his spare. Here's Munson. Munson, no split this time. It's the 2-4-5. Dwyer will step up there and get the next frame going. He doesn't wait. And leaves just the 2 pin. So 2-4-5 here for Munson. And he picks it up. Spare for Dwyer. And here's Douglas. He's got 4 in a row. And you can make that 5 in a row for Ryan Douglas. A top bowler for Beekmantown. Looking to do better than his 219 average even. Now Coral. 7 pin will not fall, so he'll have the 1-2-7. Here's Coates. And Coates leaves the 7 pin. And nope, cut it a little too fine, so Coral gets 8 for the frame. Coates will pick up his spare. Looks like it's definitely a split for Roberts, but not sure what. Here, we'll have to zoom in on it. There's Wyatt with a strike. American Wyatt with a strike. Oh, that's the 8-10. The 8-10. Almost as bad as a 7-10. He'll get 9 for the frame as he goes for the wood. There's Jolliker. Jolliker gets 9. Here's what looks to be the 3-pin. There's Munson. Munson with a strike. That gets us to Jolliker going for his spare. And then we'll have Douglas looking to get 6 in a row. Jolliker picks up his spare. Here's Douglas.
Hey, James, go get it.
Plays the 2-5. Now Siebert. And a strike for Kyle Siebert. Ryan Douglas will miss his. No, picked it up. A little hook there at the end. Douglas picks up his spare, and Joey Robert up for the Cougars. And he strikes.
Hey, Dylan, go get it.
Well, let's check those scores here. Let's check those team totals. You got 579 for Beekmantown, 569 for the Cougars, a 10-pin difference. Going into the strike, or into what, the 8th or 9th? 8th frame, going into the 8th frame. Oh, a wiggler, but it won't fall for Dwyer. So we got Wyatt for the Cougars. Wyatt gets a 3-bagger, 3 in a row for Wyatt. And Dwyer picks up his spare. Finds time to cheer for a teammate on the B team. Here's Jolliker up now. Jolliker working on a spare. Here's a strike. Andrew Roberts for Beekmantown. Siebert lays the 5-pin. A strike for Andrew Roberts. And a spare for Siebert. Now we have Munson. He leaves the 10-pin. Here's Joey Robert. And Robert strikes, give him a double. Well, we are 1 pin away from finishing the 8th frame.
Go get him.
Oops, that's right, that was Munson. So Munson misses his spare. Here's Douglas. And over here we have Dwyer. Dwyer leaves the 10-pin. Now we have Douglas. Coates with the strike.
Get one, Mart. Get one.
All right, a spare for Dwyer. Now Coates for the Cougars. Coates for the strike. Looks like the Cougars have taken the lead here. 6.99 after Coates' strike to 6.75 for Beekmantown. Coro up for the Eagles. He's working on a strike. And he's wiggling 4-pin. Will get us to Wyatt for the Cougars. And Wyatt leaves a bunch. Leaves a little diamond there. Paul picks up his spare. We have the 2, 4, 5, 8 for Wyatt. And he gets half of them. He gets 8 for the frame. Now we have Roberts for Beekmantown. He will get a strike. A lot of late drops today. Those are always fun. Now Jolliker for the Cougars. Jolliker is working on a strike. Here is the 3, 6, 10. Now there's Munson. And Munson picks up a strike. Jolliker. And get some action off the wall to get that 10-pin. He picks up the spare. And we have Douglas working on a strike. He doubles. Hook shot for Siebert for the strike. Well, we're going to be going into the 10th here. 7:45 on that side. And the Cougars with 7:61 already without Joey Robert having bowled. There's a 3-5. No matter how long he looks at them, they're not going to fall. Folks, of course, will not be up there till after Robert is done, and Robert is done. So we got the 10th frame to go. All right, Eagles are going to go into a little sis-boom ba here. We got to pull this one out in the 10th, guys. Coates. Really good strikes to start the 10th. Cougars with quite a bit of a lead at this point. And a strike for Dwyer. Dwyer was working on a spare. Coates was working on a double. So he got 30 in that first ball. gets another 30 for that one. Dwyer with his first fill ball. 3 doubles. Coach. Strikes out. He may be slow, but he's steady. And his last fill ball, Dwyer gets 6. There's Wyatt for the Cougars. Wyatt strikes. Oaks ends up with a 236. There's Coro. 4, 6, 7. Wyatt will pick off about 3 or 4. Dwyer finished with a 192. Quite a bit below his 216 average. Go for the wood, gets 9 for the frame. He finishes with a 144 compared to his 197 average. Wyatt picks up the spare. And we'll check his total after Roberts bowls. Robert strikes. Wyatt has a 161. Joliker with a 154 working on a spare. Leaves the 3-6-10. There's Roberts. Roberts, that's 3 in a row. Or 4, 3 in a row. Joliker will pick up his spare. $847, $886 at the moment. Alright, 9 on his last fill ball. And here's Joliker. Got the spare. This will be his only fill ball. 10. That gives him a 191. A 194 for Roberts. Just 5 pins under his 199 average. Now here's Munson. Munson working on a strike. It's a double. Another late faller. And Siebert starts the 10th with a strike. Munson's going to be quite a bit below his 204 average. He had a couple of splits that messed him up. He had a couple of nasty little splits there, 4 6-10s or 4 7-10s. Siebert gets 9 in his first fill ball. There's Munson going for his spare. And he picks it up. Well, Munson will get a 168. As I said, quite a bit below his 204 average. Siebert Gets a 194. That's 935 to 895. A strike for Douglas. Roberts. So let's see. Douglas. That's a triple he's got. So if he can strike out, he's going to really close that gap up here. Douglas will, leave the, looks like the 3-pin. Robert will pick up his spare. 954 to 943. That's how close it was. If Douglas had a chance to strike out, would have been closer, Robert. But the Cougars have another bowler to go yet, so that's the difference. So Robert gets a 246, which is 27 above his 219 average. A very nice first game for Robert. So the Cougars are done. So it's 964 to 944. Joey Robert finishes with a 182, and Douglas wrapped up his game very strongly. So I'll wrap up the A boys. We'll be back with the B boys as soon as they finish their first game, and looks like they are very close to doing that. The girls are starting a few seconds before the B boys. The B boys could have started earlier, but a little slow getting out of the gate. A couple of strikes to start things off. Denon Volantis for Beekmantown with a 185 average, and Kevin Sterling for Beekmantown. Now here's Austin Recor with a 172 average for the Eagles. And he leaves Doublewood, the 1-5, I guess. A lot of that going around. As Mart Furman, who does the same thing for the Cougars. And Doublewood gives you trouble. Recor misses. We'll see how Furman does. And he does the same thing, so they both get 9. So we've got 2 strikes and then 2 5-pins left. Andrew Baker for Beekmantown gets, I guess he got 6 pins. And James Lapierre for Northeastern. Lapierre leaves a 6-10. There's Baker. Gets 8 for the frame, leaves the 1-3. Now Lapierre. Lapierre gets an open. He gets 8 for the frame. That was a strike by Austin Delisle with a 162 average. It's the same average as Baker carries. Recor 172, Volantis 185. And the next bowler for the Eagles, James St. Dennis, carries a 183. He's the anchor bowler on the B team. This is Dylan Gooley. And Gooley gets 6 pins in his first ball. And 9 pins for St. Dennis. Gooley give him a spare. St. Denis. And he will pick up his spare. Josh Frenier will step up for Northeastern. He'll ride the rail and get 7 on his first ball, even the 2, 4, 8. Excuse me, the 1, 2, 8. 1, 2, 8. 9 pins for Sterling. And spare for Frenier. As we mentioned earlier, the new start time here for the Cougars because of their late start for the high school. I was in the gutter for Sterling. So they don't start till 4 instead of the usual 4:30. It really makes it tough for me to cover basketball. Hockey won't be as bad because there's a 6:30 start there. There's a strike for Wallantus. And a 4-6-7 left by Furman. So we will not be covering as many bowling matches as we have in the past, but with Beekmantown here, we knew we had to be here for this. We have supporters in the West Shazy area. The kids attend the Beekmantown and get channel 24 from Time Warner. But of course, anybody with access to the internet, high-speed internet, is able to catch our program. We have over 8,500 videos online at the moment. All available for free. Just click on and watch anytime you want. Let's see, 1-3 for Lapeer. Well, a spare for Recor, and we've got Baker up for Beekmantown. Well, the Beekmantown Bakers, he comes in there and leaves just the repen, I believe. Lapeer will pick up the spare this time. Okay. December 20th, 2012. Thursday night. We have Gooley. Gooley with the strike. And Delisle for Beekmantown. Delisle is the 2-4. There's Frenier for the Cougars. Plays a 1-3-6. That's in the gutter from some Delisle. And nope, 9 for the frame for Frenier. St. Denis up now for the Eagles. Let's see. We left a pin. Time for the Eagles to step up there. Wallantus dry his fingers. So what we got? 118 for the Cougars. 122 for Beekmantown. A late drop and a strike for Wallantus. Denon Wallantus. Now here's Sterling for the Cougars. 3 strikes. Record. Record strikes. Strike for Furman. The strike for Austin Repar. Now we've got Lapierre for Northeastern. Here with a strike. That's what we like to see. More strikes the merrier. Everybody gets strikes now. 3-6-10. 3-6-10. We got Dooley stepping up. Dooley an heir to the Borderview fortune. He gets 9 in his first ball and a spare for Beekmantown. That was Delisle. They got a bowler ahead on me here. I'm falling behind on Beekmantown. We had strikes from Recor and Baker, and Delisle just picked up the spare. So St. Denis is stepping up as Dooley is getting set for his spare. St. Denis is going to put it in the gutter. Just by that much, he says. He picks up his spare. So Frenier will go up for the Cougars as St. Denis goes to pick up his 10-pin spare. He'll get 8, 9, he'll get 9. And a strike for Frenier. So what we got? 211 to 188. 211 for Beekmantown. We have 188. We are starting the 4th frame, and we have Wallantus working on a 3-bagger, and he gets a 4-bagger. 4 in a row for Denon Wallantus. And Sterling gets 9 pins. Recor up for the Eagles. Recor is the 2-4-8 and the gutter for Sterling. Looks like a doable spare here for Recor. And he does it. Furman puts his in the gutter. He had been working on a strike. Coach Dumas telling him what he's doing wrong. That's what coaches are supposed to do. And a 10-pin spare for Furman. A hook shot there and 6 pins for Baker. Baker gets 10 pins. There's Lapierre. here. It's 9 pins. Whoa, what a movement on that. Baker with the big hooky. There's Lapeer.
Cooper!
9 pins for Delisle.
You can get this one. Get it. Yeah!
There's Gooley. Gooley gets 9 pins, and Delisle's going to get an open in his 4th frame. So Gooley going for his spare, and James St. Denis up for the Eagles. There's Gooley. Misses his spare. And just about 3 pins for St. Denis. There's Frenier. Frenier leaves a 3-10. St. Denis going for his spare. And he picks it up. Nice spare there by St. Denis. Oh, missing it was Frenier. For the Cougars, 278. Beekmantown up to 309. Eagles opening up a lead here on Northeastern as we head into the 5th frame. This is the B bowlers. Wallantis. Can he keep it going? He does. And we got 7 pins for Sterling to start the 5th. 5 strikes in a row for Denon Wallantis to start the game. And Austin Recor follows with a strike. And a spare here by Sterling. Nice spare by Kevin Sterling for the Cougars. Coming up, Andrew Baker and Mark Furman. Baker for the Eagles. He gets 7. And Furman will get 6. Leaves a 3, 6, 8, 9. 9, 10. 3, 6, 9, 10. What's the hold up here? Resetting something on Baker.
Come on, Morgan, you got this.
And he gets 8 for the frame. Now we've got Furman waiting to bowl here for the Cougars, waiting to pick up his spare. And Delisle's up for Beekmantown. Strike for Delisle. I don't know if Furman is waiting for a ball or... Oh, light was off in 15, so something was happening. Yeah, waiting for a ball. St. Denis waiting for Furman because Furman's only the second bowler. And Well, St. Dennis is going to go. He's the anchor bowler. Plays the 3-10. Norman gets 9 for the frame. And you got St. Dennis going for his spare. He'll get 9 for the frame. So through 5, the Eagles have 402 apparently. Lapeer picks off 7 pins, leaves the 1, 2, 4. And Lapeer picks up the spare. Gooley up for the Cougars. Let's see if Sterling will get up there for Northeastern to start the 6th. Gooley leaves the 4 pin. So we got Gooley waiting. Gooley misses his spare. Remember that how much he got picked up that spare before? That's how much he missed that one by. There's Frenier as Sterling gets up. And Sterling will leave the 1, 2, 4. There's Frenier. 9 for the frame. Sterling. He gets 8 for the frame. 346 apparently for the Cougars. And the magic is over. First, Walantis will go for his first spare of the game. Furman gets 6 pins in his first ball. Walantis looking to pick up the spare. Might have it. Nope. Get 8 for the frame. So after 5 strikes in a row, he ends up with an open. So a disappointing way to end that string of strikes. There's Recor for Beekmantown. Recor picks off 9 pins. And Furman just got instructions from Coach Dumas. All right. We'll assume he didn't follow instructions. Otherwise, we'll have to blame it on the coach. Recor misses that one, and gets that one, I should say. Here's Lapeer. Lapeer leaves just the 1-3. And Baker up for Beekmantown. He picks off 6 pins. There's Lapierre. Lapierre will spare. Double wood got him. Baker not able to get that 9 pin. Gooley for the Cougars. Gooley with a strike. And a strike on the Beekmantown side by Austin Delisle. Here's Frenier for the Cougars. Oh, a little bit of a mess. I think similar to a Greek church here. That's in the gutter for St. Denis. Frenier going for his spare. He gets 6 for the frame. So the Cougars have 386. Eight pins on his first ball for St. Denis, and Walantis plays the 6-10. And that was St. Denis' second ball, so they're done. 491 to whatever the Cougars have. Sterling gets 9 pins. And we got a spare from Walantis. Sterling. Picks up his spare. Recore for Beekmantown. Recore strikes. Here's Furman for Northeastern. Furman gets a late drop and a strike. And brings up Baker. Baker leaves a double wooded 3-9. A 3-9 double wood. One of the 3 double wood possibilities. A 2-8 and a 1-5 are the others. And there's a strike for Lapierre, James Lapierre. And Baker will pick up that double wood, hit that front one head on. Gooley up for the Cougars. There's a 1-2-4. And double wood, the same double wood. Baker picked up is left by Delisle. It's the 3-9. Gooley looking for a little dominoes. I think he had it anyway, even without the action off the wall. Meanwhile, Delisle misses his spare. And it gets us to Frenier for the Cougars. And St. Denis for the Eagles. Strike for Frenier. 23-6-10 left by St. Denis. Volonta stepping up for Beekmantown to start the 8th frame, I think. Gets 8 pins. St. Denis gets an open. So it's 571 to 456. Volantis going for his spare. And he picks it up. He's marked in every frame but one. Sterling gets 6 pins in his first ball. Checks to see if his mother has arrived. They are indeed in the 8th frame. A 2-8 double wood. Sterling picks up the spare. Well done by Austin Recor. Here's Furman. Leaves the 5 pin. Watching viewer-supported local television. If you're watching this, we need your support to keep this programming coming. So whether you're watching on the internet or on a cable, there's a strike from Andrew Baker. We need your support. Everybody needs money to survive, and hometown cable is no different. Furman picks up the spare. That's a 6-10 left by Delisle. Lapierre now bowling. And Lapierre leaves the 1-3. And 9 pins for the frame for Delisle. Lapierre going for his 1-3. And leaves the 1. Everything but the head pin. And we're waiting for Delisle, who was waiting for Coates. Delisle with a strike. Here's Gooley. Gooley leaves the 4-6-7. And that last bowler was St. Denis. I'm falling behind again here on Beekmantown. Well, St. Denis picked up that strike. We have Gooley. We'll get 9 for the frame, and here's Sterling. He gets 2 or 3 in his first ball. Frenier finishing up the 8th for the Cougars. He leaves just the 6 pin. JV basketball will be starting in 10 minutes. 1-3 left by Sterling. That was by the thinnest of margins, by a whisker. Frenier gives the well-known by a whisker sign. And it gets us to Denon Volantis. leaves the 3-pin. And you got Furman up for the Cougars.
Try, Morgan. Good try.
It's a whole bunch. Valantas picks it up. So through 9, he's got that one open to be a blemish.
Good ball, buddy. Good ball. Good ball. Good ball, Matt.
Furman picks up his spare.
You do it, Matt.
Oh, here's Ricor. Ricor with a strike. We are at the Mart Lanes. It's the 20th day of December 2012, and this is B Bowling in the CBAC. Beekmantown visiting Northeastern Clinton. Lapierre leaves the 1-3. And now we have Baker. Baker with a strike. And Lapierre up. Lapierre picks up the spare. And we have Delisle. Delisle gets about 2 or 3. And Gooley up for the Cougars. Gooley leaves the 10-pin, and Delisle spares. Well, that'll get us to St. Denis for Beekmantown. And we have Gooley going for the Cougars. Looking to pick up that 10-pin. That's the tough one for the right-handers, and he missed it. Like the 1-3 left by St. Denis. Now we have Frenier for Northeastern. And he strikes. Frenier with a strike. And looks like we have a missing ball for St. Denis. Here he goes at 7-17. Cougars looks like, I'm going to guess 6:40.
You're a long round home. He'll be broken. No,
I think Valantas is willing to start here, and he will.
Yeah, that's right.
While we're waiting for St. Denis to get his ball back, but Valantas will hold off. But not for long. Oh, lucked out. Just a 4-7. Looked like a 4-6-7. But he ends up with just the 4-7.
Ball, Caitlin. Ball, Caitlin.
9 for the frame for St. Denis. So 7:35 for Beekmantown. In another open for Valantas. But that thing gonna move over or not there? Oh, it did. Okay, here's Sterling. Valantas finishes with a 2:06. Not too shabby. Recor gets double wood. Nine pins for Sterling. The girls looks like they are done, so they will be. Oh, missing the double wood was Recor. The girls will be going when we get over there. Here's Furman. Furman goes in the gutter. So Sterling finishes with a 128. A 177 for Recor. Baker gets 8 pins on his first ball in the 10th. Furman looking to pick up the 10-pin spare. And he gets 9 for the frame. So that'll give him a 121. Baker will miss his spare. Yep. Good effort though, almost picked it up. There's Lapierre. Lapierre leaves the 610. So 206, 177, and 159 for Baker. And a strike here by Delisle. Lapierre going for his spare. He will miss it. So Lapierre will finish with a 148. So they got a 128, 121, 148 for the Cougars. And we got Delisle up for Beekmantown. Dooley up for the Cougars. Delisle with a strike. There's Gooley. Gooley leaves 5 pins. Looks like a doable spare. I think if he hits that head pin, he'll pick it up. Hits it solid. Okay, Delisle picks up a strike. Gooley. Yep, he did it. Exactly like I told him. St. Denis up for Beekmantown. He strikes. So let's see, Delisle finished with a 167. 5 pins above his average. And we're waiting Gooley here. 6 pins. And another strike for St. Denis. A 148 for Gooley. St. Denis picks off 8 pins. And we got Frenier for the Cougars, who will be the last bowler of the Bees. He leaves the 2-4-7. I can't tell you what St. Denis finished with here because of that stupid thing. There we go, 138 for St. Denis. And an open for Frenier, finishes it, he gets a 131. The Beekmantown B-Boys will take the second game, and we're going to move over to the girls who look like they've been waiting for me here, so we're going to head over that way. All right, we are set for the third game for the girls. They're starting with the, there we go. Scoreboard just being cleared off. Taylor LaValle up first for Beekmantown, carries a 180 average. Caitlin Bruce up for the Cougars. She bowls, coughs, and gets a couple of pins. Here's LaValle. It's 9 for the frame. Girls division bowling here at the Bowl Mart. December 20th, 2012. We want to thank Chuck LePan for moving. Chuck was standing right where we were, and he saw we were looking for a spot and very graciously moved. So if you're listening, Kim, tell him we appreciate that. Abby Mosley got a couple of pins on her first ball. Here's, excuse me, that was Eliza Agony bowling for Beekmantown. Eliza Agony, as Bruce had it open there.
You're a little slow here, come on.
Bruce got 8 pins, and we got 2 9-pinners there from Beekmantown, LaValle, and Agony. This is Abby Mosley. He throws it in the gutter. Here's Riley Watts.
Okay, come on, Riley, pick it up.
And Riley gets, Watts gets 8 pins. Watts has a 129 average, Agony a 146, LaValle a 180. Harley Wells, the next Beekmantown bowler, has a 184, and Peyton Mattioli is a 183 bowler. The Cougars do not have their averages on the sheet provided me. Coaches, we have Rick Dumas for the Cougars, as Mosley gets 8 for the frame, and so does Watts. Rick Dumas for the Cougars. Charlie Stone, we know for sure for Beekmantown. Not sure if Buddha is still involved or not. Jim Garrett also has been coaching for a number of years. Harley Wells will pick up the strike.
Come on, Peyton, what are you saying?
And Autumn Rock for the Cougars. Rock picks off, I think, 7 pins, leaving the 1-2-5. That's Peyton Mattioli getting a picket fence left. She has a 1-2-4-7, and this in her spare was Rock. Mattioli, no, this is not Mattioli. This is Wells. Wells gets, that was Mattioli. I got the wrong one here. There's Devin Goslin. Goslin gets 9 pins in her first ball. The 20th of December, 2012. And we have Bruce starting for the second frame for the Cougars, as Goslin puts her ball in the gutter. For Tuesday, earlier today, we were at the Moores Elementary for a Christmas program. When we leave here, we'll be heading directly to Northeastern Clinton. The JV basketball game should be into the first period at the moment. So Brianna Smith gets 9 pins on her first ball. Here is Bruce missing her spare. And Brianna Smith looking to pick up her spare. She has just the 6 pin. and she missed it.
Come on, Taylor, start her up.
So you got your Abby Bosley up now for the Cougars. And Taylor LaValle for Beekmantown in the gutter. I bet she would say, I hate it when that happens if we asked her. Mosley misses her spare, and Taylor LaValle misses her spare. Adam Rock up for the Cougars. Get her a pin on the first ball. Eliza Agony for Beekmantown. Avoided the double pinnacle. Leaves just the 4-7 with a late fall on the 6-10. She's going to put it in the gutter. And meanwhile, a missed spare by Rock. So we got Goslin coming up for the Cougars and Riley Watts for Beekmantown. Watts gets 9 on her first ball. Goslin will pick off about 5. Well, that's a 9 pin back there for Watts. And she misses it. Goslin going for her spare, and she will pick it up. There's Evan Goslin with the spare. There's Harley Wells for Beekmantown. Leaves the 3-6-10. And Brianna Smith for Northeastern. That's the 2-4-8, I guess. A spare for Wells. And just a 7 pin left by Smith. Oh, they drop on the 5 pin. And Harley Wells picks up the spare. Or was that Hayden Maccioli? That's Maccioli, I guess. Yep, had to be. That's LaValle getting 7 pins, and Bruce up for the Cougars. Hung on to get the 10. LaValle will pick up her spare. You got Bruce. Give her a 5 for the frame. And 6 on her first ball by Eliza Agony. It's Eliza, not Eliza. Abby Bosley for the Cougars. Bounce out of the gutter. They'll have to reset the scoreboard. Whoops, she found an opening. Sort of a field goal there by Agony. We'll have to reset it. There should be 10 pins up there. They're resetting it. Meantime, Watts is going. And Watts gets 5 pins in her first ball. And Watts will get 8 for the frame. There's Bosley. She gets 6 for her frame. And 8 on her first ball by Wells. Oh, it'll bring up a rock for the Cougars. Rock gets 5 pins, and Wells picks up her spare.
Come on, Peyton, send the pitch. Come on, Peyton!
A double for Mattioli. Hayden Mattioli. Mattioli gets the double, give her pretty good score through 3 frames. Let's see, 8 pins for Rock. Bruce will step up for the Cougars. A textbook strike there for Caitlin Bruce. Goslin, lefty, throws it in there and gets 7 pins.
Come on, Andrew!
It's Bosley. Bosley strikes. Goslin gets 9 for the frame. We'll bring up Rock for Northeastern and Smith for Northeastern. Where's Smith there? She should be up there. Her lane is way behind. Should be up there. I like to see these kids showing some enthusiasm, grabbing that ball, getting up there, acting like they want to get this game going. There's a strike for Smith. Rock gets 3. So that'll move Beekmantown into the 4th frame. This is LaValle. She fires it into the gutter. And it looks like Rock is waiting for a ball. And it finally comes back.
Good ball, James! Come on, Josh,
Rock gets 8 for the frame. LaValle will get 9. So Devin Goslin up for the Cougars and Eliza Agony for Beekmantown. for Goslin. Agony gets 8 pins, leaves the 4-7. Smith decides to wait to give Beekmantown a chance to catch up. Agony misses her spare. Riley Watts up now for Beekmantown. That's the 6-10. Scratch bowling, so no handicaps this year. There's a spare for Watts.
Good job, Riley. Come on, Harley.
Harley Wells will step up, and Smith will step up for the Cougars. Wells gets just the 7 pin. Smith leaves the 10. So between the two of them, they got 10 pins down.
There you go, boys.
That's about 6 for the frame, or no, actually 4 for the frame for Wells. Smith will also miss her spare. He gets us to Mattioli. Mattioli will strike. Yep.
Come on, Taylor, before you get out there, girl. Come on.
So gets us quickly over to Taylor LaValle here. Let's check the scores. 177 to 233, Beekmantown leading. 9 pins for LaValle as Bruce steps up for the Cougars. Leaves the 1-2. Came out of the gutter. Came out of the gutter. They'll have to correct that score. And that's a spare for Bruce. There's Agony.
Come on, Eliza.
That's the 1-2-8-9. Mosley gets 6 pins. And Agony misses her spare. Misses her spare. And Watts, or Wells, I should say. Oh, well, Watts. Watts leaves the 3 pin on her first ball. There's Rock. Rock gets 6 pins on her first ball. Watts will pick up her spare. open for Rock. Wells going for 7 pin. He will miss it. Goslin falls. So you go across the line. Did she fault? Did she fault? She got a strike. She got a strike. A red face and a strike. She didn't foul. She didn't step across. The lights didn't go on. There's Smith. And Smith gets 9, leaving the 10. Macioli is going to put it in the gutter. She was working on a 3-bagger. She had 3 strikes in a row. 3 strikes in a row. 3 strikes and then she was out. Missing the spare was Smith. There's Taylor LaValle up for Beekmantown. Leaves the 6 pin. And 8 pins for Macioli and 9 pins for LaValle. Bruce will step up for the Cougars. Agony for the Eagles. Agony leads the 5.
Easy Spears, come on! Come on,
Bruce left 6 pins. Agony left the 5 pin.
These aren't the Eagle girls I know. Come on,
Just the 10 left for Bruce.
There you go.
Agony picks up his spare.
Let's get fired up, girls. Okay, Mark. Take that off.
Mosley. It's 8 pins. Watts puts the first one in the gutter.
Come on, Ryan, bring it back. Come on, set it on the net. Let's go. Clean, girls. Both sides.
Eagles with a 46 pin lead. Six pins for Watts, 8 pins for Mosley. Now Wells for the Eagles, Rock for the Cougars. Rock will go first. Put it in the gutter. Wells with the strike.
You're welcome. Come on.
There's Rock. It's a pin.
Yes.
4-7-10 left for Macioli. Well, Goslin will try to get a strike and stand up at the same time. Oh, stood up. Open for Macioli.
Come on, Joey, boy! Come on, Cooper!
I told him to clean out all the butter.
Goslin gets everything but the head pin. Bruce will start the next frame for the Cougars. She gets 5 of them. Now Smith up for Northeastern. Oh, she avoided the split. I've got a big grin on her face. Open for Bruce. Smith. And she takes advantage of not having that split by picking up the spare. So you got 306 for Northeastern, 334 for Beekmantown. We're in the 7th frame. Bosley picks off a couple, and LaValle picks off 9. We were supposed to have all kinds of time left on his battery, but all of a sudden I notice it says 8 minutes on it. Good thing I hope it's a good thing. Yep, I got the spare in my pocket. Alright, we had to switch that battery. They had some dead time there, so we thought we'd have time, but didn't quite have enough time.
Nice ball!
We're moving over a bit. Get a little more direct there and opening. So what we have, Lots, and we got Lots up right now. Rock just finished for the Cougars. That means Agony finished for Beekmantown. Here's Goslin. That's what we got so far here. We got a strike there from Agony, I guess. Meanwhile, Watts gets an open. Here's Goslin. Gets 7 for the frame. There's Wells. Wells gets 9 pins. And Smith will step up. Strike for Smith and a spare for Wells. So should bring up Bruce over here. As we have Macioli picking up a strike. And LaValle, not Bruce, LaValle picking up 8 pins. Now Bruce will start her team's 8th frame. 4:14 to 3:49. The Eagles stretching out their lead a little bit. Bruce gets a 7-10 split as LaValle gets 9 for the frame. So Bruce has the chance to be the first one ever to pick up a 7-10 split on hometown cable. We'll let Agony go, and all eyes will be on Bruce as Agony strikes. Bruce is about to become the first one ever to pick up a 7-10 split on hometown cable. Maybe next time. Watts leaves, I believe, the 5-10. FW Woolworths, Kresge's, 5 and dime, 5 and 10. That's Mosley getting about 6 pins. And a field goal. A field goal for Riley Watts. Mosley going for a spare, and Wells stepping up for Beekmantown. Mosley will miss her spare, and Wells will pick up a strike. December 20th, 2012. Girls running 3 or 4 frames behind the boys. There we go, another chance for a 7-10 split. And Macioli gets the strike. Nothing to it. So Anna Mart will be the first one ever to get a 7-10 split on hometown cable. Here it comes, the first time ever on hometown. No. I'm ready for it if it happens. Here's Bruce. There's left 6 of them. There's Goslin. And Devin Goslin picks up the strike. We're in the 7th and 8th frames here. And waiting for a ball for Smith as Bruce gets 9 for the frame.
Where did Mom go? Hey, Mr. Johnson. How you doing, buddy?
And finally, we're ready to go with Smith. And she strikes. Oh, wait, was worth it.
What's been going
There's Mosley. We're in the 9th frame. Mosley picks up 6 pins, and LaValle gets 9 pins. LaValle gets 9 pins. And Mosley is going to pick up her spare. Left the head pin. Meanwhile, LaValle picks up hers. We're in the 9th frame. The Cougars are 1 bowler ahead of the Eagles. The Eagles are ahead 493 to 420 point wise total. Here's Rock. There's a 10 pin. And Agony will get a pin. We'll get a pin for her efforts.
Come back.
There's 7 for the frame. And you got Rock winning 9.
Thank you.
Here's Watts. Watts leads a 4-6-7. Gosselin picks off about 5 pins. Watts. Watts gets 9 for the frame.
Double up.
Gosselin will miss her spare. Ooh, Wells is up for Beekmantown. Wells gets 9 in her first ball in the 9th. And Smith tried to sweet talk it, but 7 stayed there. So Wells gets the spare.
Good job, Harley.
And we got Smith finishing up for the Cougars. And she'll pick up her spare. Naturally leaves the 7 pin. But that'll get us to the 10th frame, and Taylor LaValle will start it off for Beekmantown. A little bit of a, I think she can get a field goal out. Slowly misses her spare. LaValle with the 5-6.
We're going to double team again.
I don't think you can squeeze the ball between them. But she'll get 9 for the frame.
Come on, Liza.
We'll give her a 106 with a 180 average. She's got to be kind of disappointed. There's the 1-2. Agony. Leaves the 4-5-7. What time is it going to be? 6. It's almost 6:15, so we're well into that JV game. And it's fair for a deuce. And it's 9 for Eliza Agony. So Agony with a 111, 590 Beekmantown, 478 for the Cougars. So Beekmantown will take this third one. Bruce will miss her full ball. And Riley Watts will get 9 in her first ball. Watts gets 9. She's got a 129 average. Agony a 146 average. And we've got us a spare for Riley Watts.
That's all right.
And Abby Bosley up for the Cougars. Bosley leaves a wiggling 6.
Come on, Riley, yes.
Watts will get a strike. So let's see, a 96 for Bruce. Watts finishes with a 101, which is below her 129 average. A gutter ball from Mosley, and a strike from Wells. So Mosley finished with an 80. Rock throws a gutter ball. We got Wells working on a strike here, and it's 7 pins for the first fill ball. The A boys and the B boys are both done here. The girls have had a lot of non-strikes, a lot of second balls. There's a spare and a gutter from Rock. So let's see, Wells finishes with a 162. Give Rock a 60. Mattioli.
Come on, Phoenix!
Strike. Goslin picks off 9 pins.
Which kind of strike out to have 565 on it? Yeah, so would you move it?
8 pins on their first fill ball by Mattioli. Goslin gets a spare by a hair. So she'll get a fill ball. Mattioli with a 183 average. Picks up the spare. Gives her a 180, which is 3 pins below her average, is 660 team total. Goslin gets 8 on her fill ball. So you've got 106, 111, 101, 162, 182, 180 for Beekmantown for a total of 660. Those are the 3 game totals for the girls. 441, 399, 384, 412, and a 555 for Mattioli. And let's see here. This is Smith, our last bowler. And she hits a 5-7. The Cougars give a 96, 80, 60, a 135 from Goslin, 521 thus far. And a baby split here for Smith. Gave it a good shot. Good effort there by Smith. Gives her a 151, and the team total is 522. So that's the way it was. CBAC High School Bowling, Beekmantown visiting Northeastern Clinton at the Beaumont Lane, just outside of beautiful downtown Rouse's Point. December 20th, 2012. Thanks for watching, and for those of you supporting, viewer-supported, local television, hometown cable, win, lose, or draw.